Hey, this is Tocher Film Review of All-Star Superman. Now, I first got the first issue of All-Star Superman, I think it was about 4 years ago when they were giving it away for free at the Silver Snail downtown, and it was just such an amazing read. Frank Quitely did an awesome job of taking Superman and making him approachable to the human condition. We find out that Grant Morrison was writing Superman in this one-off comic as a Superman who has been tricked by Lex Luthor and is slowly being killed by the thing that basically gives him his power, which is our yellow sun. He's hurled towards the sun and its closest proximities without basically evaporating, and this is causing his cells to go into atrophy. Again, just an amazing look at a strong and powerful character in Lex Luthor. And now towards when you watch the movie, the animated movie, you saw in many ways Bruce Timm trying to take what Grant Morrison did and make Lex Luthor the diabolical genius he is. I loved both of these characters. I loved how sinister but yet human, with the human ideology that Lex had, and the far superior, obviously, Superman, who was taking dying as so nobly and just as a well-to-do citizen trying to do as much as he can. Throughout the comic, there's 12 actually things that he'll do before he dies that the future foretells that he will do. In the movie, I think they only do about 4 or 5, but those 4 or 5 are so well sequenced together in about an hour and 10, hour and 15-minute package that you just didn't need the 6 or 7 or 8 the other challenges that he would go through. Now, to read the comic is just something that you may want to do before or after, but is a necessary thing to the actual the average comic book reader, just because those 12 different challenges he must overtake before Superman eventually does kick the bucket are to some degree some of the most eloquent and well put together storylines that I've seen, taking all the little and major storylines that Superman has gone through and encapsulating it and formulating it into one solid package. So even if you do read it before or you read it after, it's not going to really affect the movie at all, because it's pound for pound pretty close to what your brain is probably doing in the graphic novel and trying to put it to a live action. I hope Zack Snyder is watching, and I hope that he takes some of those pointers that Bruce Timm did with a Grant Morrison, the graphic novel that he wrote, and just to realize that you don't need to go too far off of what these books have written. They are, million sellers for a reason. I really enjoyed this film. I really think you should check it out. It's not going to take too much of your time. I think you can actually even watch it broken up parts on YouTube or search it on Google. I think you can buy it at Walmart or your average comic book store. Just really, really well done. DC, you're doing an amazing job with the animated films. Just great. I would give it, as a comic book fan, a 9 out of 10. It left me a little teary-eyed. I just loved that whole, that just beauty that Superman had that they brought Superman to the screen with. And to the average person, I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10. If you've never really watched a Superman show or anything like that, I think you would just appreciate what is trying to be done with a dying superhero. Thank you so much. I'm Stephen Tocher, and this is my review of All-Star Superman.